if I feel like I need to take some quiet time, I will, but it's only a couple of minutes. But this is the thing, once you retrain your mind to work like that, you can go there. You've got access to this, superpower, right? That's what it is. You can just go there, and you have this space that you can create in, and you can do stuff in. It's a real thing. Like, you really do notice it when your mind just sort of goes, you're like, where's the chatter?
So can you please talk to men who have never meditated and have a hard time meditating or quietening their mind? Can you give them any tips, or or maybe just whatever needs to be said around meditation?
Yeah, I would throw most of the rules out. I mean, meditation is really just spending time with yourself and starting to quieten your mind. It's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to sit there and suddenly have this Zen moment, because you spent what, 20, 30, 40 years in this habit of your mind going blah. So that's the first thing, is don't expect things to happen immediately, and don't sort of put yourself down and say, oh, this isn't working, oh my god. The thing is, I would just do it daily. This is definitely, you need to do it at least daily. You need to do it consistently, because you're retraining your brain. You're retraining it to not think, and so that's all you need to do. You sit there, and when all the chatter starts to come and it's blah 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 blah, just don't try and fight it. Don't push away. Just go, thank you, come back later, I'm being quiet now. And you're just sort of training your mind that this isn't the time for the chatter to come in. And I would also say that some guided meditations can be good when you're starting, I think. Just start with 10-15 minutes and then build up. And then I would think, once you sort of start to get that, the quiet mind, solfeggio frequencies are really, really good to help sort of attune you into frequencies. But yeah, just start slowly. Start with 10 minutes a day and build up from there, and don't expect your world to change overnight. I think that's the biggest thing, is people are like, I'm going to meditate, yes, and they do it for a week or a month or whatever, and nothing really happens, and they're like, oh, this is all crap. It took me months, like probably 6 months before it sort of went. I mean, you do see improvements, but it's a long-term thing. And this is the thing, it's like, are you doing this? Why are you doing it? Are you actually doing it because you want to change? Because if that's why you're doing it, then you don't stop until you've changed. That's just it, right? If you're going to stop in a week, well, you're not really serious about changing. You just, it's just whatever. So, get real. Get real with yourself. If you're not real, just don't do it, because you're wasting your time. Do something else.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, great tips. Do you still meditate? Like, is it a ongoing journey, or for you, is it something that once you could find that peace of mind and that gap through meditation, it's something that you can now just incorporate into day-to-day life without actually sitting still and calling it through meditation?
Yeah, very much. So I don't sit down and meditate every day anymore. If I feel like I need to take some quiet time, I will, but it's only a couple of minutes. But this is the thing, once you retrain your mind to work like that, you can go there. You've got access to this, superpower, right? That's what it is. You can just go there, and you have this space that you can create in, and you can do stuff in. It's a real thing. Like, you really do notice it when your mind just sort of goes, you're like, where's the chatter? Wow. And you get to do stuff, and it's a lot less stressful, I guess, to have a quiet mind. When your mind's chomping at you all the time, it's always, you need to do this, what about this, what do I think of? And it's all this stuff that really, it has no bearing on your life at all. So just clear the mind, and also when you do that, you'll start getting what I like to call independent thought, right? You'll start getting your own thoughts coming in, because that's what all this stress also blocks, is we don't connect. And so we don't see the signs. We don't go, wow, okay, we don't pay attention to what we should be, because we're on the merry-go-round, right? So yeah, it definitely changes your mind as yeah, long term.
That's great. When you were in meditation and you said, you were stilling the mind, did you bring the heart into it consciously? What's the connection between the mind and the heart when you're in that place of stillness?
I'm big on energy, so I normally create fields around me when I meditate. That's always emanating from the heart. So that's one thing I do, which is, I guess, surrounding yourself in love and all this kind of thing. But the heart's definitely, I've definitely always tune in to the heart. The heart's the second brain, right? Literally. It's the second biggest nerve bundle in the body. It's connected straight to the brain. It's connected to the gut, which is the third biggest brain. And these are all energy points and vortexes, if you want to call them that. And this is obviously something that, as men, we're not supposed to, delve into these subjects of love and the heart and all this kind of stuff. It's, it's not very manly, right? But that's what we've been taught. But clearly, the best men and are the ones with the big hearts. This is all we ever hear, right? A man with no heart's no good to anyone. Like what's that, right? So yeah, I definitely connect into the heart. It's the center, right? It's the center. It's the middle chakra. It's the center of the being. It's literally the power source. It's the electromagnetic field from the heart is the biggest that we emanate. So it's definitely a big part of it. Yeah.
Oh, this is great. Love it. Campbell, can you please talk to men who are having a difficult time feeling their heart or are maybe cautious about opening their heart because there's so much pain still stored in there?
I mean, definitely meditate, but I find, breathing techniques are good. They actually you can get stuff out, like literally blocks and things. And movement, because all this stuff is literally, it's blocks, right? It's energy blocks. It's like when you're at school and you put your hand up and you thought you were the smartest kid and you had the best answer and the teacher goes, "You idiot, shut up." And you're like, that puts a block in you. And we can't get blocks out by sitting in the lotus position on a cushion, right? We need to actually physically get out there and work them out. So exercise is a big thing and we hear about it a lot, but and that's also a good time to get into a meditative state. Have whatever solfeggio tunes playing, have a podcast playing, but when you work out, your mind focuses as well, right? So you don't have all this stuff running around in your head. So I would say exercise is a big thing. Even if it's just getting up and walking for 10 minutes every day, looking around, getting out into a new environment, for things to change, things have to change. When they say a holiday, change is as good as a holiday. So just change the environment. And this is the thing. And when you move, you get different thoughts. When you're sitting still, everything seems, tends to just get stuck and you just repeat thoughts and repeat thoughts. But if you get up and just do something and move, you'll find that you'll feel better. All that'll. So yeah, I think movement and breathing, and of course meditation and just being real. You got to be real. This is the biggest thing. Is we've all done dumb stuff. We've all made bad decisions. We've all had bad stuff happen to us. But it's just life. Thinking it's our fault or feeling shamed or whatever isn't helping anyone, and it's not. It's most of the time it's not true, right? So I think that's the other thing. We just got to realize that we're just in this melting pot. We're doing the best we can, and if we've stuffed up and done bad things, well, that's great because now we can learn, right? Because there's no mistakes. There's only mistakes, right? Just like in a movie, right? Take two. You got it wrong the first time, so do it again and do it better. And that's what life is. It's learning. They're obstacles and challenges. They're not problems. So yeah, move and yeah, I think with movement you'll see different things out there, but you'll get different perspectives as well.